Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a first review and impressions on Milk Makeup Foundation, Blur Stick, and Dab and Blend. So I have been seeing this product and decided that I wanted to give it a grown woman's 2017 opinion on it. I try to do research on claims that foundations, primers, and things of that nature make, so that way I can make an informed opinion. This is the Blur Stick. And according to the website, well, let me read the packaging first. A silicone-free translucent blur stick that minimizes the appearance of pores and fine lines to create a smooth, matte finish. Blurring microspheres perfect skin and create a smooth base for makeup. Use alone as an invisible foundation or under makeup as a primer. So that we shall see about. So in regard to their Blur Liquid Matte Foundation, the claims are: full coverage, water-thin foundation provides a weightless, long-wearing matte finish. Silicone-free formula won't clog pores, so skin can breathe. Blurring microspheres minimize the appearance of pores, fine lines, and imperfections for a smooth, flawless looking skin. I said a smooth. Formula is housed in a mess-free, no drip, airtight package. And the color that I got in this is Golden Deep. And just so you guys know, I always tend to put it out there that I wear an NC50 in Studio Fix or Studio Sculpt. And I do that because all too many people do reviews and never indicate what skin tone they wear. They pretty much just tell you what product they bought and the color they bought, but like, at least give us a scale, people. Give us a scale. They don't have a converter, not that I saw, but they did describe what the color would look like very clearly, so I figured this would be the one. And I happened to go into a Sephora that carried it as well, and the color was fine from what I could see. But this is the Dab and Blend Applicator, and this is supposed to be one of the, similar to like a silicone sponge. It basically says here, innovative, easy to clean gel applicator that gently glides on skin and provides a smooth and even makeup application. Non-porous surface, won't absorb or waste any of your makeup or skincare, so it can last longer. So we're gonna go in with the Blur Stick and see if the claims of being able to wear this alone as an invisible foundation are true, and then we'll move on from that. I heard a lot of griping about how hard it was to open up these containers, so let's see. All right, that wasn't so bad, but I'm going to point this out. See it that well, but you can see that little strip on the side. Take that off first. Yeah, so anyway, light caramel color. So I'm gonna be in this mirror in here so you guys can see, but let's see what they talk about with these claims about wearing it as an invisible foundation. Texture's not dry, and I am trying to just rub this all over the face. I don't know about these little bits and pieces, but I expect that with the first use, only because the packaging, It has, as described by most people, as they've said, a citrusy scent, which is fine. It doesn't stink. It's not a bad scent. Let's rub this in. And it does not have a slick dimethicone feel, which I like. Looking in the mirror, and though it's blurring nicely as a primer, I don't see myself wearing this as an invisible foundation. That will probably work for somebody who has much nicer skin than I have and isn't as dark as I am, so that's a no. We're gonna go in with the Dab and Blend Applicator that comes like this in a box. And it's in a holographic kind of pouch here, you guys can see. And this is what the sponge looks like. Has a little bit of glitter. And just so you guys know, I did keep a dampened beauty blender just in case. All right, so let's get this open. So it comes in kind of like a little stand or whatnot. Well, it's glued, I should say. We're calling it a stand. But it's got that little clear glue to keep it stuck to the top. 1 fluid ounce inside of this, and we're going to do what it says, which is shake it up to activate the microspheres. So there's 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do 4. Here we go. Okay, so right off the bat, I do like that it is not soaking up all of my makeup. It could be easier to use if you don't have nails. I have nails on, so it's not as smooth as I would like it to be, but it is applying it smoothly without eating up the product as the claim states. I am finding it a little more difficult to get it into the eye, but all in all, it's spreading okay. So this does come across as product saving, I will say that. So basically just pushes it around the skin. And at first I thought this was gonna be very gimmicky, but I said, you know what, for the sake of reviewing, let's go ahead and get it to the, I would say these are probably outside of the holographic stick, which I know is not gonna work for me. That's not my kind of highlight. Here is the finished result using the Dab and Blend Applicator. Believe it or not, I actually like it. This is probably smaller in comparison to a lot of other ones that I've seen, but all in all, this is still a really nice applicator. And again, this is pretty much for people on the go. I do feel like it creases a little under here because this is not gonna press it into the skin the way it needs to be pressed in as far as I'm concerned. So I am gonna go in with my beauty blender and just tap this out under the eye, only because obviously I do not want that to be creasing. And I clearly used what would probably be the equivalent of one pump. On the skin, the foundation feels very lightweight. I feel like my skin is moisturized. When you touch it, of course you're gonna transfer some, but the touch is really nice also. And you have to remember, this also is not set. So yeah, it's really nice. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and finish the rest of my face off camera, because I do have some errands to run today. I gotta go take care of some stuff. And I'll probably have this on my face for a little over 4 or 5 hours anyway. So I'll come back and give you a view of how I felt like it wore, if it did any separating, all those wonderful things we like to know about foundation. The Blur Stick retails for $36. The Dab and Blend Applicator is $14. The foundation itself is $40. So we're looking at anywhere from $90 to $100, depending on tax. It can go in that range or a little bit past it, but that's pretty costly for these products. This looks really good, so I'm only hoping that it stays looking like this. So give me one moment and I'll be right back with a full face to give you some additional thoughts. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. So my initial thoughts on the actual blur stick, I think it's nice. It goes on, like I said, it goes on smooth. It has a light scent to it. We will actually get to see the performance of the blur stick. I do not think that this can be used as a standalone foundation for someone of a darker skin tone. Someone else probably could, but this is not a no show foundation for women of color, at least if you're in the same shade ranges I am or darker. I really like the foundation. It goes on really nicely. I think it's a lot less matte than I was expecting it to be, which is good. I will be 36 years old next month. I don't want something that is entirely too dry for my skin or going to make my skin look any older than what I currently am. Like I said, I like that it did not dry down entirely too matte. I like the fact that I did not have to mix it with any colors for it to come out my skin tone. Something like that is a definite plus. So I'm really hoping that this wears nicely, because this could also become a go-to foundation, especially when I don't have time for the mixing and thoughts on this sponge. I mean, outside of it being super cute and having little holographic glitter in it, I would like for this to have been a little bit bigger, because I wear nails and these aren't even really long nails, truth be told. As far as the functionality of it, I think it did a really nice job spreading the makeup out, and I think this is something that you could keep in your travel bag if you don't have sponges as an emergency, because I'm pretty sure most people are going to keep their beauty blenders and some of their brushes on them. This is a nice alternative. The only thing that I didn't like was underneath the eye. Once I started getting in this area, it became a lot harder to blend and my fingers are nowhere near it. So that was all the sponge. And after I had put on my concealer, I noticed a little creasing underneath. So like I said, I did go in with a beauty blender just to make sure that that was not going to be the case throughout the rest of the applications. I like how it looks. It looks good on camera. It looks good in person. Of course, I'm sitting in front of a ring light, so it looks a lot brighter, but just in, everyday color, it looks amazing. These are, in a sense, a yes, but we will see at the end of the day. See you guys in a minute. Guys, welcome back. I have gotten back from my outing for the day, and so far, this is what we're looking like with 4 hours worth of wear. I do feel like I got a little oily at this point, and with only 4 hours of wear, I can only imagine what it'll be looking like come hour 6 and 8 or beyond if I had to wear it longer. So it's definitely not long wearing in my humble opinion. I'm not sure if that's due to the primer or the actual foundation, but if I were to just pick a culprit, I would think that it's this primer that's making it a little oily. Never had that kind of issue so soon on with any other primer or foundation. I put this on at about, it had to be about 2:30, and it is now about 7:45. I started to get a little bit of creasing here that I just, used my finger to blend out, and it was okay. Yeah, all in all, I still think the foundation itself is good. As far as the actual blur stick, the primer itself, I'm not sure if I would invest in this again, because I know for a fact that I've used multiple primers and have never after 4 hours looked this oily. And I'm not an oily person. I get a little bit of oiliness in my T-zone, but it's never looked like this within 4 hours. So, personal opinion, we're entitled to it. My thoughts on the foundation, I do like this foundation. I do like the fact that, one, it was a spot-on color match. I didn't have to turn around and mix anything. This is the Blur Liquid in Golden Deep, and as said before, I wear an NC50. Oftentimes with a lot of foundations, I do have to mix either 2 different shades to get my shade because I have a yellow undertone, and this foundation matched spot on, so I was definitely a fan of that. This was a really, really good match, and I was thankful for that. I literally had ordered this color online. No swatches. So I did a good job. As far as the Dab and Blend applicator, my thoughts about it are the same. I do still feel like it's low-key gimmicky, but I do think this is a good tool to have because I did like the way it spread my makeup without being patchy, streaky, or any of that other crazy stuff. The cleanup on this was a matter of soap and water. It's clean, throw it in the bag and go. From what I understood, the entire concept was based on kind of being able to get up and go. Just take this with you, use your hands to apply and still look flawless. I believe that can be achieved. I really want to try the foundation with a different primer because I'm not too sure about this primer. What I'm probably going to do on a day off is just wear this alone on the face like an invisible foundation, even though I clearly will not be going anywhere looking like a ghost. If my skin gets greasy looking or anything like that, we'll know that it was this making this look this way. Don't think it looks bad, but I don't feel as that it looks as matte as I feel it should look for this to only be 4 hours worth of wear, because I have worn other foundations for 7+ hours and it's still not this oily. But either way, I will still go ahead and give Milk Makeup the as far as the foundation, a thumbs up. I will give this a thumbs up because I was I'm gonna tell you why I'm giving this a thumbs up. I was really skeptical about this. I was just like, okay, here they go with this gimmicky stuff. I was actually impressed with the way it spread my makeup up. I only used, I want to say, 5 drops on this applicator, and that covered my whole face. And this is a full coverage foundation. So this is nice to have if you really are traveling and you don't have any sponges and you just need something. I would keep this in my purse, but whatever, fine. I do know they carry, this is probably either the second or third to last darkest shade. So if you're probably up to, I want to say maybe an NW50, they should have a shade in that range. They go pretty deep. Hopefully you can find something if you're interested in this. If not, we hope they expand their line. Thank you all for watching and sticking with me through this. I will put all the information down below in the description box in case you're interested in trying these products yourself. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them below and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye.